What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and if I hadn't been able to convince you in the past to start World of Tanks, then do it now. With World of Tanks 2.0 now active, the amount of goodies and stuff they are giving you for free is absolutely ludicrous. They're literally throwing hundreds of hours of playtime worth of resources to you for free. World of Tanks be like, wait a minute, there's players quitting? Not on my watch, bro. Boom! And they slap not just for new players, but also existing players a completely unheard of amount of resources just for free, including the tanks in top configuration and so on. With a new update 2.0 also bringing the new tier level 11 into the game and fixing a whole lot of things with balancing as well as matchmaking and so on. This is what you're getting as a returning player. 15,000 bonds, 10 million credits. This is what you're getting as a new player. And the most important thing is, as a new player, you get 2 full tech trees from tier 6 to tier 10 in all included tanks, completely in top configuration into your garage and researched and purchased and ready to roll with an elite crew. What the heck? And as an existing player, you get one of such tech trees plus an increased amount of resources, including 15,000 bonds, dude, for free. Plus the combat code that you see here on screen with my link down below, giving you yet another 2,500 gold on top of that. Is crazy. I did that. I locked in. I took all those yummy goodies and got myself this tier 11, the Breaker, the brand new tier 11 tank destroyer, which is exceptionally well armored from the front and has a really ducked silhouette. So it's not easy to get through that thing as long as it's looking your way. It is easy to, drive around it, but not when you have teammates backing you up. So what I did here, I was just driving up the zero line, which is the one on the right, or if you take a look at the mini-map. And I was just going through the bushes. I was getting spotted, but nobody was able to penetrate me frontally, at least for as long as I was pointing my front towards them. You even see I picked up a wreckage of a light tank that got destroyed, and I'm pushing it in front of me so that my only weak spot on the lower glacis is not even penetratable. But unfortunately, now that I point my tank to the left, because there are some enemies there, from the right I took 3 shots, taking my HP down by like 60%. But you know what? This is when I just begin playing, okay? And I almost just died there in a few seconds, which shows you that despite being a tier 11, it's not broken and overpowered as heck. It's just, if you point the front at the right time and the right place, you can really make a difference. And now comes this moment when I begin to make that difference. I'm still pushing that light tank in front of me, which hides my lower glacis as a weak spot. I still have like a cupola on top, but it's very hard to hit that. It's very small. And from the range they're firing at, it's very unlikely that they're going to place that shot. Also, you see a very high fire rate coming out of this tank destroyer. It has a high DPM, damage per minute, great fire rate, good accuracy overall, decent penetration. I have to be afraid of this guy, the 183 tank destroyer. He fires basically massive high explosive shells that don't really need to penetrate me in order to do damage. That's how he's already done 2 damage shots against my front. But he is not really doing too much damage at once. It's just that he can do damage, and I don't have a lot of health left. All right, so you see we're waiting for the right time, and boom, another one. That wasn't doing damage. Okay, and I'm getting back to my little wreckage there. Okay, boom, and he bounced off. I already blocked 5,700 damage with the armor. And again, remember that I lost like 60% of my entire HP by looking the wrong way for a second. If I had been able to get here with full HP, holy smokes, they would have probably not been able to get through me throughout the entire match. Unfortunately, I didn't pen here. Unfortunately, my teammates are far behind me and they just didn't come up. I was waiting and hoping my teammates would follow me up and, push with me together, but unfortunately they didn't. Now, another thing that has changed is balancing, like I said. Certain tanks that were not super popular in the past, maybe, are now really something to look at. For instance, the Concept 5, a tier 10 medium tank, a wheeled medium tank that now has the most accurate gun in the game. It even hits pretty hard. It has a longer reload though, considering this to be a medium tank, but you're making up with the accuracy because now you're really hitting. So while other tanks may on paper have a higher DPM, this one is really scoring the hits. And with that, you often probably come out with a higher DPM done, realistically, because you're so reliable with your shots. And the hits you're setting up is also pretty high on this one. Really one of my, thanks to the 2.0 World of Tanks update now, one of my most favorite, if not my most favorite medium tank in the game now. Very mobile, like a laser gun that we have never seen before with 0.2 accuracy if you go all the way in on accuracy with all the modules and pilots, you know, or commander skills and field modifications and so on. And I've done that here. So this thing is like freaking laser accurate at max range, dude. It's so good. And we've already seen a massive success of the 2.0 update, and it's great to see that Wargaming knew what to do in order to get players that may have gone away over the years to bring them back, you know? This is something I wish Pixonic and War Robots would do as well, which we know from the channel here, to find out what they need to do, what they need to give to the community, and what incentives they need to create in order to bring everybody back. This is exactly what Wargaming did in World of Tanks, and I'm so glad they did. I've already played this game for 14 years or whatever, and I'm not gonna stop anytime soon, especially not with this awesome new balancing and stuff that we have seen. There's so many new tanks to explore that I've never played before, so yeah, lots to do, lots to unlock and to have fun with. You see we're driving forward here on the right flank now, down below and assisting our guys. They're already fighting here a battle and finishing off two enemies right here. Boom. There we go. Very nice. And then we're basically coming to the enemy home location or home base and just starting to do some damage here. I was considering for a second to fire HE shells. Maybe I would have had a chance to penetrate, but I don't want to take the chance and maybe not pen because, you know, it's better to just do guaranteed damage in my opinion. If this was a light tank, yeah, sure, but it's not, you know. So we're firing the AP, and I'm actually ignoring the pattern there for a second, the M48, because I know I can snack him later. For now, it's about securing the damage on that T110E4 that's moving out in the front. And so I had full HP, no reason not to throw my damage into the ring at the end of the match, you know. It's as long as I don't get destroyed all the way, I'm good taking some damage, that's no problem. And when I have full HP at the end, it's a team game, right? Make the enemies fire at you if you're on full HP, why not? Give your teammate a little bit of a relaxation time. We did 8,200 damage in this match, absolutely crazy. And again, this is my favorite tank. This is why I've shown you this again here in this video. But let's jump back into our tier 11 breaker, the brand new. I've already taken a bit of damage and the enemy were waiting around the corner. As soon as I fired, they all popped out and gave me some pretty nasty shots into my lower glacis. Unfortunately, losing a lot of health very quickly. But again, from this point on, I'm playing a little more careful. And now I know they're all there, so I'm just gonna back off every time I fire around the corner. I hide my lower glacis, and now the enemy can only see the top part that is almost impossible to penetrate. Even that IS-7 popping around just takes one but doesn't manage to do some damage back. The STB-1, however, I didn't know he was outside there again. I guess I should have known. But we're winning this fight and the match is about to end because my teammate, if you take a look at the minimap, they're already coming in from behind on the enemies that are in front of me. So it's gonna get really fast from here on out, and I still have to play careful, unfortunately. If I had traded better before, I could have come in now and really taken a piece of the cake there. But yeah, I'm driving in a way, so I side scrape and make him bounce off my side, because even the sight on this tank destroyer breaker is pretty hard with some spaced armor or some on that side, providing an even better protection. And I'm still, even though I didn't really have the best of rounds here, I was still able to farm a decent amount of damage, block a decent amount of damage, and have a rather successful experience here. So we're going forward. The mouse is gonna get snacked. There it is. And now with right-click auto-aim while driving, without even taking a look at the obscuring covers that are in between, I'm able to snack the enemy from the driving and this guy as well. Pam. Nice. Alrighty, that was a decent round. Almost 4,000 damage, 3,000 blocked. It goes so quickly blocking damage with this machine, even if you're taking a lot of shots and don't penetrating, bouncing off a lot. Which I'm showing you even more impressively here. I'm going like face brawling mode in this moment here, which means that the enemy is gonna be easily able to penetrate my lower front. Okay, so I'm not really able to rely on my armor here. What I'm relying on in this match is my my damage per minute, my high fire rate. I was trying to get the IS-7 to bounce off here, but unfortunately he must have still gotten a good look at my lower armor plating in the front. I have a medium tank with me behind me, and I'm trying to, you know, push hard so that I offer myself as a target as well, giving my medium tank behind me some room to breathe. And he's still there. He's still putting shots in the M48 pattern, and I'm keeping that IS-7 basically occupied and chanceless. Boom. There he goes. Unfortunately, now also my M48 pattern friend died, but now we have a one-on-one versus that medium tank. I would have to be really careful here, because if he gets around me, I will have a hard time defeating him. However, he still has to drive up that hill. He even manages to bait me into firing a shot into his side angle that makes me only track him, but he's not going to be able to pen me standing that close to my front. And then I moved backwards. The round was definitely losing. You see on the top 5-9, and I was able to put a few more shots into the enemy team before they circled around from behind as well and took me down. Yo, so that, my friends, World of Tanks 2.0, to me a really exciting new thing that I'm going to be spending a lot of time playing. Hopefully you are too. Again, even if you're not sure if you want to play it, make sure to use this time to secure yourself those goodies, because if you don't do it now, this insane offer is gone forever, okay? So make sure to use the link down below, secure yourself these immense amounts of resources with a few button presses and 2,500 gold more using the link and the combat code as well. Thanks for watching, have a good one. Manni signing off. Bye bye, my friends.